There was a small village. It was nestled in a green valley. The village was named Eldoria. Bright flowers grew everywhere. Happy people lived there. They worked together and helped each other. Eldoria was a wonderful place to live, but it was not easy to get to. A very large mountain stood beside it. The mountain was tall and its peaks touched the clouds. Its name was Mount Cinder. The mountain was like a giant, silent guardian. It watched over the little village day and night. Mount Cinder was beautiful in the daytime. The sun would shine on its rocky slopes. Green trees covered its lower parts, but it was also very scary. A single narrow path twisted up the mountain. This was the only way to leave or enter Eldoria. Everyone who wanted to visit the village had to cross this path. People would tell stories about the mountain. They said strange sounds could be heard from the deep woods that covered its sides. The path was steep and full of loose stones. When the sun went down, the mountain changed. It became a place of deep shadows and mystery. The friendly trees looked like tall, dark figures with twisted arms. The wind would whisper through the high passes. It sounded like sad songs or lonely cries. The villagers of Eldoria respected the mountain. They knew its beauty, but they also knew its dangers. They tried to avoid crossing it after the sun had set. They believed that at night the mountain belonged to other things. Traveling over Mount Cinder at night was something everyone feared. The darkness was so complete that you could not see your own hand in front of your face. The path became even more dangerous. One wrong step could send a traveler tumbling down the steep cliffs. People said that strange creatures roamed the mountain in the dark. They talked about glowing eyes that watched from behind the trees. For this reason, the villagers always planned their trips carefully. They made sure to be safe at home before the last light of day disappeared. In this village lived a young boy named Leo. He was not very big, but his heart was full of kindness. He loved his family more than anything in the world. He had a mother, a father, and a little sister. They were a happy family. Leo was known in the village for being helpful and brave. He would always offer to help his neighbors. He would help carry water from the well. He would help fix broken fences. He was a good boy with a bright smile that warmed everyone's heart. One day, Leo's mother became very sick. The village healer said she needed a special medicine. This medicine was made from rare herbs. These herbs only grew in a forest near the next village. The next village was on the other side of Mount Cinder. Leo's father had to stay to take care of his mother and little sister. So Leo volunteered to go. He knew it was a long journey. He knew he had to cross the big mountain. But he wanted to help his mother get well again. He promised he would be back as soon as he could. Leo started his journey early in the morning. The sun was bright and warm. He climbed the mountain path with a determined heart. He was not afraid because it was daytime. He reached the other village and got the medicine for his mother. But finding the herbs took much longer than he expected. By the time he was ready to return, the sun was already setting. The sky was turning from blue to orange and purple. He knew he should wait until the next morning, but he thought about his sick mother waiting for him. He could not bear the thought of his mother suffering all night. His love for her was stronger than his fear. He decided he had to go back home right away. He had to cross Mount Cinder in the dark. He took a deep breath and started his journey back. The path was much scarier at night. The wind howled around him. Every shadow looked like a monster. He held the medicine tightly in his bag. He thought of his family to give himself strength. He walked carefully, one step at a time, into the deep darkness of the mountain. Leo was halfway across the mountain. The moon was hidden behind thick, dark clouds. He could only see a few feet in front of him. Suddenly, he heard a strange sound. It was like sticks breaking under a heavy foot. He stopped and listened. His heart started to beat very fast. From behind a very large rock, a figure appeared. It was an old woman with a long, crooked nose and glowing green eyes. She wore a black cloak, and her hair was like a tangled mess of grey weeds. It was the witch of Mount Cinder, the one from the scary stories. The witch looked at Leo with a hungry smile. "Well, well," she cackled, her voice like scraping stones. "What a tasty little boy, all alone on my mountain at night. You will make a perfect dinner for me." Leo was terrified. His legs felt like jelly. He wanted to run, but he was too scared to move. He could see the witch's sharp yellow teeth. He thought about his family. He thought about his sick mother waiting for the medicine. He knew he could not let the witch stop him. He had to do something. His fear was great, but his love for his family was even greater. He looked at the witch, and a brave idea came into his mind. He took a deep breath to stop his hands from shaking. He had to be strong for his mother, his father, and his little sister. He knew they needed him, but they also needed to be safe and cared for. He remembered how his father worked so hard. He remembered how his mother always sang to him. He knew what he had to do. It was a choice that only someone with great love could make. Leo stood up as tall as he could. He looked the witch right in her glowing green eyes. "You can eat me," he said, his voice trembling but clear. "But I have one condition." The witch was surprised. No one had ever spoken to her like this before. "A condition?" she asked. "Yes," Leo said bravely. "After you eat me, you must promise to take care of my family. You must make sure my mother gets her medicine. You must make sure my father does not have to work so hard. And you must protect my little sister. You must do this for the rest of their lives." The witch was truly shocked. She had lived on the mountain for hundreds of years. She had scared countless travelers. She had seen fear, and she had seen people run away. But she had never seen courage like this. She had never seen a love so strong that a small boy would offer his own life for his family. She looked at Leo. She saw no tricks in his eyes, only honesty and a deep, powerful love. The boy's bravery touched something in her old, cold heart, something she had not felt in a very long time. She looked at the small bag in Leo's hand. She knew it held the medicine for his mother. The boy was not thinking about himself at all. He was only thinking about the people he loved. The witch's hungry smile slowly faded. She thought about the boy's offer. For the first time in centuries, she felt something other than hunger or mischief. She felt a strange sense of respect. She nodded her head slowly. "I agree to your condition," she said, her voice much softer now. "Your family will be cared for." The witch did not eat Leo. Instead, she took the medicine from his bag and disappeared into the night. When Leo woke up the next morning, he was in his own bed. He thought it was all a dream. But when he went outside, he saw his mother walking in the garden, looking healthy and happy. His father was resting, and there was a large pile of firewood near the door. His little sister was playing with a beautiful new doll. The witch had kept her promise. From that day on, the family never had to worry again. The story of Leo's sacrifice became a legend in the village of Eldoria. It was a story about how love can make even the smallest person brave. It taught everyone that the greatest courage is not about fighting monsters. It is about the love we have for our family and the sacrifices we are willing to make for them. Leo's brave choice showed that a loving heart is the most powerful magic of all. And sometimes, even a witch can be changed by an act of true, selfless love.